I'm Diane Vallere, and I write humorous mysteries, and I am on day 39 of a 39-day count up from my first book to my 40th, which comes out on Tuesday, February 27th. Today, like I said, is the 39th day, book 39, which is TULLE Death Do US part. It is the fourth book in the Material Witness Mystery series, and it just came out in October. And I kind of can't believe that we've made it to through the whole list. The only thing left is the one that comes out on Tuesday. So here we are. This particular book, like I said, it's the fourth one in the Material Witness Mystery series. There was a long break between book 3 and book 4, but it picks up where that book 3 left off pretty much. And it features a wedding taking place in San Ladrone, California. So San Ladrone is a fictionalized version of San Dimas. And the wedding, it's basically a bridezilla. She shows up at the fabric shop that Polly runs. She has an appointment. She asks Polly to close the store, and she wants a wedding dress. And she looks at all the fabric. She looks at Polly's sketches. She basically hires her to make this gown that is 100 yards of tulle. And it's an insane gown. It's going to cost an insane amount of money. Polly sees that it's actually going to be very good to help her pay back the balance of her loan. So she agrees to do it, even though nobody wants to work with a bridezilla. There's a man who comes to the fabric shop with the bridezilla, and he is very argumentative. Later on, Polly sees him arguing with the bridezilla on the street and thinks this is the fiance and thinks, my goodness, this woman is making the biggest mistake of her life. But what we soon find out is that the fiance is actually Polly's ex-boyfriend, and the man is soon to be the murder victim in the wedding chapel. So we've got ex-boyfriend is a murder suspect. We've got bridezilla as a murder suspect. We've got a whole bridal party of murder suspects. We've got murder suspects galore. So that is the premise behind TULLE Death Do US part. So funny story about this one is I got the idea ages ago when I was writing book 3. And the idea was basically that this book 4 would involve a wedding in town. I had the title, I had that idea, and I knew that Polly's ex-boyfriend was going to be involved somehow. Like, he was probably going to be the one getting married. This book has a whole ballerina theme to it, which was never part of my original idea. I was going to make the fiance an actress from LA, and it was when I was talking to my writers group, and one of them said, you know, when I hear Tulle, I think ballerina. It just like lit up light bulbs all around my head. And I thought, oh, I never thought about that. But, I don't really know much about that world, but that could be really fresh instead of just doing the whole like nasty actress thing. I feel like that's been done. So ballerina felt brand new. I had to do, like I said, I did some research around that, what that life is like, what, from an early age, all that kind of stuff. So it gave it a whole brand new 2023 vibe instead of it being the idea that I had years ago. So that is, the tulle is the wedding dress, but the tulle is also the ballerina costumes. Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit more about life. So I know throughout these videos I have mentioned that I've had some life changes throughout. Like, this book was move across the country, this book was breakup, this book was a lost friend, this book was this book was that. The thing was, somewhere along the way, I just like dropped off of social media. I just got tired of trying to show up and pretend that everything was great when everything wasn't great. And my solution to that was to just stop showing up. So when I got the idea to do this series, I thought, well, you know what? It's going to bring me back to doing this. It's going to get me back in front of people so people know that I exist. But the idea seemed really good at first, but about, 7 to 10 videos in, I thought, what kind of crazy idea is this that I'm going to do this for 40 days in a row? So, I said I was going to do it, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. But also, just like I always say, Samantha, I always want to put her in situations where she grows. Same with Madison, same with Sylvia, same with all of them. I want them all to grow. That's something I find very satisfying when I read, so it's something I want to put into all my books. I want to continue to grow too. And I know that we have to be uncomfortable to grow, because if we're only ever comfortable, we're just going to stay where we're at. So it was uncomfortable to think about doing this, especially after I started doing it. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is really a thing. But I thought, no, I'm going to do it because I said I was. And also because the fact that it's uncomfortable tells me it's important for me to do. Whether nobody watches them, whether one person watches them, whether a bunch of people watch them, I'm going to do it. So I say to you, if you watched any of these videos, if you watched one, if you watched them all, if you watched a couple, thank you. If you've read one of my books, if you've read all of my books, if you've read a couple of my books, thank you. I want that to be the end message here for this series of videos, is a big fat thank you to you for letting me write stories for you to read, for giving me the chance to entertain you. So thanks a lot for that. And if you haven't pre-ordered ranch dressing, which comes out on Tuesday, you might want to get on that because that pre-order giveaway contest is going to end toot sweet. So thanks again. I will talk to you later.